Welcome to the Veterinary Rehabilitation Podcast, where we aim to help fellow veterinary rehab therapists increase their knowledge and elevate their practice. I'm Megan Kelly.
And I'm Anae Lloyd. Together, we bring you the latest insights, research, and information in the field of veterinary rehabilitation.
This podcast is brought to you by Onlinepethealth, a leading continuing education membership for veterinary rehabilitation therapists. With Onlinepethealth, you'll have access to a wide range of online resources to help you stay up to date with the latest techniques, advances, and trends in the industry.
Our podcast features in-depth conversations with leading experts in veterinary rehabilitation. They share their own experiences and knowledge to help you improve your practice. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out in the field, our goal is to provide you with the tools and the insights you need to succeed.
So join us as we explore the exciting world of veterinary rehabilitation and help you take your practice to the next level. Hey Vet Rehabbers! Today, Ryan and Bradley DeCaire are joining Anae to share their journey with their company, Paw Prosper. Now, Paw Prosper was one of our silver sponsors at this year's Vet Rehab Summit, and they, together with their brands, are also regular sponsors of the Veterinary Rehabilitation Podcast and loads of our webinars. So a huge shout out and thank you to them. And while I'm doing shout outs, here's also a big thank you to Emily Hall for sharing on Instagram a story about the Veterinary Rehabilitation Podcast. So Emily, please reach out to me on meg@onlinepethealth.com. I'd love to gift you a limited edition Veterinary Rehabilitation Podcast mug. Now, Ryan and Bradley tell us about the 5 companies that make up the brand and their plans for the future. So if you don't know already, they are Help 'em Up Harness, Response System, Fit Paws, Muffin's Halo, and Canine Carts. Now, I really love this chat, really getting to know more about the founders of Paw Prosper and their why and reason for getting into the vet rehab industry. If you have not already been to watch the Vet Rehab Summit recordings, please make sure you schedule this into your diary, and you must also make sure that you download your CPD certificate. Now, before we head over to our chat, a quick word from our sponsor, Response System, one of Paw Prosper's brands. Choosing the right therapy laser and PMF system for your practice are big decisions, and that's why Response Systems has been helping to make that decision easier for over 35 years by offering both Class 3B and Class 4 lasers, as well as a full line of PMF products designed for both small animals and horses. All of their systems are fully rechargeable and adapted for international grids, and you can find out more at responsesystem.com. So let's hear what the Paw Prosper dudes had to say.
Hi guys, and welcome. Hi, how are you doing, Ryan and Bradley?
Good, doing well. Good. Happy to be here.
Awesome. It's so good to have you guys with us. So will you guys please introduce yourselves and let us know a little bit about who you are, Ryan and Brad, and about Paw Prosper?
Sure. So my name is Ryan DeCaire. I'm the CEO of Paw Prosper. This is my brother, Bradley DeCaire, who's president and CEO of Paw Prosper. We are obviously brothers. To give you kind of a little bit of background on Paw Prosper, everything kind of really started in early 2022. That was with our first acquisition of Help 'em Up Harness, and everything's really snowballed from there. So as a little bit of an overview, Paw Prosper is a family of 5 brands: Help 'em Up, Fit Paws, Response Systems, Muffin's Halo, and then very recently we've added Canine Carts, wheelchairs, to our family of brands as well. Brands are focused on, and Paw Prosper is focused on, 3 pillars: prevention, support, and rehabilitation. And so that's why we're always really excited to talk with the folks in Online Pet Health and the amazing community you have, because it's so focused on the products and this kind of the area that our products are in. So it's fantastic. Over the collection of the brands, we work both with professionals, veterinarians, physical therapists, vet rehabbers, and also with pet parents as well. We're really just focused on taking these fantastic products and brands that have been around a lot longer in this industry than we have, with some incredible people that have developed and founded these companies we've acquired, and just creating greater access both to the pet parents and to the professionals. And that's what Paw Prosper is motivated to do. At the end of the day, Paw Prosper is a place where professionals can gather. They can purchase all of our products in one place. And as we continue to add brands, we as Paw Prosper are trying to become a greater part of the community as well. So it's a brief overview.
I really love that. Thank you. It sounds like a real, community team approach, and I really like that. That's what we're all about as well, is just connecting people and helping pets that way. So I like that. So what motivated you guys to start working together with these brands and then acquiring them into Paw Prosper?
We originally found Help 'em Up in late 2021 and kind of dove into the industry and started to learn more. I think what we found when we did that is that this space gave us an opportunity to merge our skills with something that we were passionate about. We grew up with pets. We have pets now. They're part of our family, and these products that we have in our suite are, something that every pet owner will have to deal with at some point in their pet's life. We see the benefits of these products every day in the market when we talk to customers, we talk to professionals, and hear how they use the products and how they made the tough days with their pets or their clients' pets just a little bit easier. And I think we continue to be motivated every day when we talk to the people who founded the businesses we've bought, and we can see the passion that they've had for the brand that they've built and the products that they've created, and how excited they get when we talk to them about how we're leveling up that business and kind of bringing it to the broader community and making it more accessible for both consumers and the professional. And seeing their excitement really is motivating for us at the end of the day. And every day we get up ready to go for the next day and excited about what's to come.
Awesome. Angela, it's great to have you with us again from Germany. I love that you're live with me in so many of these prelims. It's awesome. So I want to highlight to you guys, if you're joining us live, it's so important to us as Online Pet Health to really have a relationship with our sponsors where we are bringing them to you. Because at the end of the day, companies like Paw Prosper are connecting us in a way that help us to serve our patients better. It's why we're so excited to chat to you guys live, because it is really about making it really accessible for vet rehabbers to get hold of these products and services that can make lives easier for their patients. So tell us a little bit about each one of your brands. I would love to start with Muffin's Halo, because it's the one that I'm actually least familiar with.
Yeah, so Muffin's Halo is a guide for blind dogs. It's super useful if a pet goes blind acutely, or it's been a few weeks and they're struggling to adapt to being blind. It allows them to map their space out by scent without having to run headfirst in the wall over and over again. Muffin's Halo comes with a harness, and then the wings of the halo attach onto the back of the harness. It's also removable, so if the pet ever does get stuck on anything, you can just kind of take the wings off, get them free, and put the wings back on. And we've really heard stories of how, when pets who have been kind of frozen with fear after going blind or after surgery are struggling, we put the halo on, and it kind of gives them their independence back and their freedom to get around, and kind of just gives them a little bit of joy back in their life when times are a little bit harder.
Such an incredible tool. I've never worked with it before, but I love the stories that I see, and I can see how much value that would add to a pet's life. So that's great. What are some of the other brands? So I know Help 'em Up we work with every single day. It's one of my favorite products as a vet rehabber. How did that acquisition come about, and what do you love about working with that brand?
Yeah, so that Carrie and Lindsay, who were the founders of Help 'em Partners, actually had that business listed for sale, and we're looking to kind of take a step back. And so we got in touch with them and started to dive in and learn more about that brand. So Help 'em Up is a full body orthopedic lifting harness. It was originally designed for their dog Blue, who had Cushing's, as a replacement for the towel method. And so over years of product development and improvements, it's become really the product that most of the professionals we deal with recommend and use on a daily basis. And we're lifting with that product, we're lifting from under the pelvis and under the chest. So we have no pulling on any ligaments or joints. The abdomen's open in case there's any lacerations or masses. There's no pressure on any organs, no pressure on the bladder, nothing like that. And it really helps the pet owner as well as the pet. So when we lift, we spread the weight evenly across the whole animal, which makes it super easy on the pet owner. There's no kind of reaching down to barrel carry the dog. It makes it super easy to get the dog up and down stairs, up and down from the bed, in and out of the car. And
it really does improve the pet's life as well as the owner's life.
I hope everybody in the live is nodding their head because they've all experienced all of that firsthand. So that and Help 'em Up is kind of the core of where we all started. And then we also then acquired shortly after FitPaws, which is a suite of products for rehabilitation, conditioning, training, both balance products and products that can test core strength. And it's really a full suite of different ways that you can help to either bring your pet up to their best possible health as an athlete, or to help bring them back from injury or surgery and rehabilitation. After FitPaws, we acquired Respond Systems, and there's, I would assume people that are part of the online pet health community have heard of Respond. It's been around since 1984. Lisa's a big part of the community as well, so we're very fortunate to have her on our team. Respond has been making therapeutic laser Class 3B and Class 4 and PEMF products for both canine and equine for 40 years. And so we kind of lead at Respond both with the technology, the proven efficacy, and then the customer service. I mean, first class customer service, and Lisa and her team do an incredible job there. And then most recently we acquired Canine Carts, which has been around since 1961. A fantastic family, the Parks family, Glenn, Crystal, Barbara, they're all tremendous. Canine Carts has been making both custom and kind of off-the-shelf adjustable carts for more than 60 years. It's all of our carts are made in the United States, and we take the dimensions of the pet and we can turn around a custom cart in 24 hours. So it's a really unique product and a fantastic brand that's been around for a long time. So that's the 5 brands right now.
For now.
For now. Okay, so what do you look for in a brand when you're wanting to acquire them and add them?
I think the most important thing for this is, and anybody that's seen Bradley and I at trade shows or conferences, you'll always see some kind of industry veterans around us. The most important thing is that the people that use the products believe in them and the efficacy of those products. And so we've built an advisory board of fantastic people: Janet Van Dyke, Kara Amstutz, Chris Zink, Ellen Martins, Mary Gardner, Bobby Lyons. It's a tremendous group of people that when we see a company or we see a product that we think might fit with what we're doing at Paw Prosper, we immediately just send out the email to our advisory board and say, what do you think of this? What are the pros and cons? What does the research say? Is this truly an efficacious product? And if we get buy-in from the advisory board, then we get really excited. And that's when we start to think about more the financial side and the boring finance stuff that goes with buying a business. But for us, the most important thing is that it's a brand that's trusted by the professionals that use it.
Yeah, well, you've definitely succeeded thus far. I mean, Response Systems, as you say, is absolutely, their customer service is phenomenal. It's my favorite thing working with Lisa and with her team. Help 'em Up is a staple, and FitPaws is an absolute staple in rehab. So yeah, good job. What were you guys doing before you started Paw Prosper?
We have, varying backgrounds of what we've been involved in. We've both kind of gone through business and finance. So I think we've learned what, from a business perspective, you want to see to add to grow a business. And Bradley and I both operated businesses before, and where we owned another business in another industry, and that was successful. And so that's kind of where we are now. And when we met Carrie and Lindsay, we were looking for the next thing, and we weren't quite sure what it was going to be. But when the opportunity to merge, what we'd learned in previous roles with, obviously a passion for pets, it was the perfect marriage. And, Carrie and Lindsay made such a great product with Help 'em Up that it was the perfect fit.
I love that. So you're not within the rehab industry, or even, like the pet care industry before you created Paw Prosper.
We were not. We were in very different industries, between specialty transportation logistics and industrial safety. We were in a wide variety of small businesses before this, in different industries.
But I think the what's been most fun over the last, I can't keep track of time anymore.
Almost 2 years.
18 to 20 months, something like that, has been getting to know the industry. And there's so many fantastic people that came I don't know if it came before us, but it built this over the last 20, 25 years. And I feel like we got lucky in that we came in at a point where the industry was really ready for acceleration. There's widening understanding of rehabilitation, the benefits of the people that have the skills and the capabilities, the credentialing services, the continuing education, and the recognition by other parts of the veterinary health industry, by surgeons in particular, of the benefits of rehabilitation. To our understanding before our time, but surgeons would do the surgery and then, okay, let them rest, they'll be fine. We all know now that that's not true. And a lot of the products that we've brought together kind of give us the ability to help the pet's outcome improve. And that's what's been really exciting. So we've learned a lot. Bradley and I have been drinking from a fire hose. I certainly didn't know what a CCL was in a dog before I came into this, but I can wax lyrical about it now.
Oh, that's amazing. No, that's amazing. Welcome to the community. It is a phenomenal community to be a part of. Amazing people, like you've said. I always think that I was always going to be a veterinarian. I don't think I'm the only one listening that feels that way. But as a kid, that was what I was going to be. I'm so grateful that I did not go down that road, because vets on a day-to-day basis, they don't always deal with nice people. But we as vet rehabbers, we're surrounded by amazing people. Between our clients and our team, they're just all amazing people. So I'm very grateful for that. As more people, it's nice to be surrounded by nice people.
It's been really great. I mean, obviously, Bradley and I have attended a lot of events. I think I took 62 flights this year to different events. And so we've tried to be a part of the industry and get to know people. And, it's in the times in between the end of the trade show of the day and the end of the day where you're just hanging out with people and getting to know everyone. I think that's been the most fun for us, where we've also learned the most, but also got to know just how great everybody is in this industry.
Yeah, I love that. We still have a long way to go as an industry. So welcome to the journey. It's exciting. Okay, so I want each of you to tell me one thing that no one knows about you. And that should be easy because, we don't know you.
Okay. That's a great question.
Yeah.
I will start with, I have a 10-year-old dog named Timon. He's a rescue from Mexico. He is the man. He's, for 10 years old, he's doing really, really well. So thankfully, he hasn't had to use any of our supportive or rehabilitative products yet, but he's slowly but surely becoming a FitPaws star. And so I think you'll start to see him on some more FitPaws Instagram pretty soon, because he's getting ready for the big time. And I'm having a baby, and my wife and I are having a baby in a month or so, and so very excited to see how he does with the new addition. There's one.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Is it your first child?
It is, yeah, and it's going to be Timon's first child too. So hopefully he's a good big brother.
Oh, congratulations! Awesome.
Timon is also a great help him up model, whether he wants to be or not. He was a fantastic help him up model once upon a time as well. I don't know. What does anyone know about me? I guess one fact is something I've done the last couple of years. A couple years back, I went to Africa and climbed Mount Kilimanjaro with a group of friends, which was a super cool achievement for me. I was actually born with no missing part of my left quadricep muscle, so it was a really cool achievement for me to kind of make it to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro with 4 of my best friends.
And one leg.
Yeah.
I have another fun fact about Bradley. He's never been to Europe without Janet Van Dyke, which I think is a fantastic.
This is true.
So it's about to change, but Janet and Bradley are great travel buddies.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
That's
well
really
done. That's a good one. I love any story where we just take our limitations and throw them out the window, because most of the time often we can. So thanks for sharing that. All right, we have a comment here. I love your products from Tasha. I use Respond, FitPaws, and Help 'em Up. I'm interested in renting out lasers. Do you offer lasers for rentals for owner? Does Respond do that?
Yeah, if you reach out to Respond, if you go to info@respondsystems.com, They do rentals. Pretty soon that's going to be available on our actual website. But for now, if you send them an email, there's an entire rental program set up for Respond.
Fantastic. And is that for owner rentals?
We do owner rentals as well. There's a few other things of information we need to rent out to an owner. Lisa has all that information, but yeah, owners can rent the products as well.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thanks, says Tash. Awesome. Do you have any other events happening in the USA for the rest of the year?
Well,
any more traveling?
Right. So the two of us.
Well, we're current. Yeah. So some of our team is currently at APDT
dog training conference.
Yeah, that's today.
The Paw specific one.
Yeah, Paw specific one. We'll be at Fetch Long Beach in the beginning of December. Inside of the US, I think that's it for the rest of the year.
The next big one is VMX, which we'll be at in full force. I won't be at any of the stuff for the rest of the year because I'm kind of on lockdown now with the little one on the way. But we'll send Bradley to Fetch Long Beach. I think is the one big one remaining.
We'll be at London Vet middle to late November. Some of our team, and then Fetch, and then we kind of kick off the full swing of the big ones next year.
VMX and WBC. Yeah.
Oh, exciting. So lots of traveling involved in your work. Do you enjoy that travel component?
Yeah, I mean, enjoy is a relative scale when you talk about traveling, right? I mean, 90% of flights seem like they get delayed or canceled these days. But I would say just on that, I mean, we have offices now and warehouses in Denver, Connecticut, Florida, Toronto, and the Netherlands. And so our goal is to not expand into categories that don't make sense for the communities that we serve. So we're focused on prevention, support, and rehabilitation. So you won't see us move into, dog fashion. That's not for us. But because we're being focused on the products that we have in our suite of brands, that means we need to be a force, a presence globally. And so we've just set up in the Netherlands. We have stock in Europe. We just set up in Canada. We've got stock here now. And then, Australia, Bradley spent a bunch of time there this summer. So continuing to make our way over to the Asia Pacific area as well. So our goal is to be international, but have a presence in these key categories that we've highlighted, and to continue to expand internationally. I think we forgot that at the beginning. Bradley and I are both Canadians. So we're just US imports when we're down there.
Okay, awesome. Angela says, do you know Optivisor? It's a German brand, and for blind dogs, you're familiar?
Yeah,
we have seen it. Yeah.
We have seen Optivisor. Yes, they've got some cool pictures on their website.
Yeah,
yeah, it's a good-looking product.
Yeah.
We've heard good things about it.
Yeah.
We've heard good things. We've heard it works, and the website's got some great pictures.
Yeah.
If you go take a look.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go have a look. I'm not familiar with it. I know the name. I've heard the name, but I'm not familiar with it. Angela loves it. There we go.
Yeah, we've heard lots of great things. That's not surprising.
The website gives a nice serotonin boost.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, good. All right. What is one thing that everyone knows about you?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Everybody on this call will know on this video live.
No, everyone that knows you knows this about you, because I don't know you. So I was like, well, the one thing that no one knows, I'd like to actually just know something that
I actually know one.
Okay, you go, because I don't know.
I think one thing that everyone who knows us knows about us is that we're best friends.
Yeah.
We are incredibly close as brothers. He even let me give a speech at his wedding last year, if you can believe that. And we truly, I mean, we have been for a long time best friends. We probably spend 3 to 5 dinners a week with each other.
Yeah.
Every week. So we really
eats my food.
I do eat his food. We really are best friends.
But and I think one of the things that, and people have asked us before, like, why did you guys decide to go into business together? Because there's a lot of situations where family business can be messy, and it certainly can. And I think what we were able to identify in our ability to partner with each other was that there's never been a disagreement we haven't been able to resolve. When we were younger, maybe it was resolved with physical altercations, but now it's really just solved by us being able to debate and put our ideas on the table. And And no matter how strongly we feel about our point of view or position on a topic, we've always been able to come to the right solution at the end of the day. And I think a lot of people in business would kill to be able to have that type of communication ability within a partnership. And I think Bradley's right. That's probably the best thing that anybody that does know us is that we're very close, and that's kind of been an asset as we've gone into business together.
That's incredible. That's definitely not something that's true of all siblings. So well done on, sticking with it through the tough times and creating that relationship. That's awesome.
I think you need to give parents a pat on the back for that.
Good job. Okay, so you guys are going to be at the Vet Rehab Summit, right? You're going to be live with us on the day. Good.
Yep.
What are you excited to learn? What are you excited about?
Excited to learn. Bradley and I are still
every day is new learning.
Every day is new learning, both from the business perspective and from the technical perspective of the people in this field. I think we're excited, like I said, that we're really focused on these key categories of our products. And so to meet in a virtual space with people that are using those products every day, that have feedback on them, that know the benefits of them, but might also have some suggestions of how things can improve. That's why we're in this. And so to have we call them our people, the people that use our products every day, our people from around the world in one place is a pretty unique experience. And I think that's incredible. What Online Pet Health provides for the community, and to be able to be a part of that is pretty special. And so that's what we're most excited about. I'm also excited this year. Last year I attended, didn't really know, we'd been in it for less than, been in the business for a few months. And this year we've got more people on our team that are going to be part of it as well. And so just to loop in our broader team after having kind of just dipped our toe in last year, I'm really excited for other people in our group to experience that as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that about the summit as well. The way that we connect, even though it's virtually, is just there is nothing like it. So where can people find you guys online? What is your website called? Do they reach out to Paw Prosper? Do they reach out to your individual brands? Where do they learn more?
Yeah, so pawprosper.com is going to be the place where you'll find out about all of, Paw Prosper. And we kind of use pawprosper.com as a professional resource. So for the people on this call, the people at the summit, pawprosper.com will be the best place to find all the information as well as the products. Each brand in the portfolio also has its own website. So if you have clients who need to buy a Help 'em Up, you can get it at helpemup.com or responsesystems.com. The client, sorry, yes, or fitpaws.com. So everything, each one of the brands has its own website in addition to pawprosper.com. And then in terms of where you can find more about us, like we mentioned, we're going to be at all the big shows around the world, really. We'll be at WVC and VMX in the US, as well as tens of the smaller conferences, the specialized industry shows, whether it's surgeon shows, rehab shows, hospice shows. We're at a whole bunch of those. In addition to things like IVRPT, we were in Australia this year. We're in Canadian shows. We're at ECVSMR in Europe. So we really are around the world. So if you see us, please come chat. We're happy to connect whenever, as well as on social media. We have pages for all of our brands now that are slowly coming together, and we're active on all of them.
I want to be really clear for everyone. So if you as a professional would like to order any of our brands, any of the products from our brands, go to pawprosper.com, sign up with pawprosper.com. If you go to the actual event, put in the code in the notes so that we can set you up on the platform. Then you can buy any of our products in one place as a professional at professional pricing. If you don't want to bring the product into the clinic, or you don't want your mobile, and so you want your patient or your client to have the product already when you get there, send your patient or client to any of the individual brand websites, and they, as a consumer, can buy all of the products at the individual sites. Because each brand has a mission, a vision, a story, we don't want to bring them all together and kind of become for the consumer, for everything to kind of get meshed together. We want consumers to be able to understand why the product exists. And for the professionals, pawprosper.com is just a very efficient way to order. all the products are listed. You can literally one of those, two of those, three of those. It's very efficient. And so that's why we differentiated between professionals on Paw Prosper and consumers with the individual sites.
I like that. I think that does make a lot of sense, and it maintains that origin story for each of the brands, right? Because they do each have quite a valuable story. I like that. Thank you. Where do you guys plan on taking Paw Prosper in the coming years?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways we can go. I think what's really exciting is that we feel like we're really just at the starting line of all of this. I think we're not even 2 years into the journey yet, and as you know, we're still trying to learn as much as possible. I think there's a couple key things that we're working on. Obviously, adding new products to the brands that we have, potentially acquiring new brands if those opportunities arise. But because we're so focused on these key categories and only products that our advisory board and others in the industry would recommend or stand behind, one is obviously expanding into these international markets, as we talked about, so that we meet the people who use our products in the places that they are operating, so in the communities that they serve, that we're there as well. I think that's really important. The other thing is just becoming more part of the industry. So whether it's through scholarships, which we're working on a scholarship for the different continuing education and certification programs, through research grants, to people that are doing research in the space. I think being part of the community is really important to us. So you'll see us more and more. And then kind of doing more of what we're doing from a business perspective. We've, the look and feel of each of the businesses on the inside has changed quite a bit. We've put in new systems, put in new processes. There's a lot of technology now. And which has been really exciting for the people that we acquired these businesses from, because they've kind of seen us level them up. And so starting to take advantage of all of that hard work we put in and laying the groundwork of Paw Prosper. And hopefully that just makes it easier for us to achieve our mission of getting into those international markets and having a brand that people recognize through the scholarships, through research. And really, I guess the toughest part for us now, and where we're spending a lot of time, is educating the community about what Paw Prosper is. And to your point, Anae, everybody knows Help 'em Up. Everybody knows FitPaws. You've worked with Respond for 40 years, but you don't know what Paw Prosper means. And so that's a big goal for us over the next couple of years, is to bring Paw Prosper to the forefront of people's understanding, but while also maintaining what each individual means in their own, individual brand means in their own right. And so education around Paw Prosper is really important for the next couple of years.
Okay, I love that. Will we see you at the IAVRPT conference in Cape Town next year?
We will be there.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Be there. We're going to see how well my little guy travels, and then we'll decide if Toronto to Cape Town isn't a super short flight.
No, that's not super short, and he'll be
there for sure.
one. He'll be around 1 at that point, so that will be little.
He travels.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Might as well let him see the world while he's young.
Yeah.
Might as well, right? While it's a little bit cheap, a little bit less expensive. His due date must be around the summit.
Just after. Yeah. So I hope hopefully everything goes as planned, and I can fully be there for the summit.
Something interesting about me, my first was born a few days after the summit 5 years ago. So I was already working for Onlinepethealth when he came along, and I wasn't allowed to work the summit because my team was just like, no, you could literally pop any second, it's not happening. So that's quite cool. Awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right, guys, have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Eugene. Thanks for having us.
Thanks very much.
Appreciate it.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please hit the subscribe button so you get notified every time I load a new podcast. I'm here every week talking to vet rehab therapists from all over the world about all things vet rehab. A big thanks to our sponsor, Response System. Their sponsorship allows us to be able to give this podcast out to you for free. So go and check them out. You can go to responsesystem.com. For more information about continuing education for vet rehabbers, you can go to onlinepethealth.com.